Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel again. That is QPOL. My name is Anjali Mishra. Students, we were covering like from the previous video, we have started solving all the questions which are there in chapter 2 of class 10th science. So this video is going to be continuation of that part only. We have covered or we have done like till second question of page number 33, and now we'll be doing or we'll be solving questions which are there in page number 33. So starting with the question number 3, the question says, do basic solutions have H plus ions, and if they have so, then why these are basic in nature? So we'll answer this question by saying that yes, basic solutions has H plus ion, that is hydrogen ions. But the problem is these basic solutions have got more hydroxide ion. So we'll say that but hydroxide ion which are present in basic solution is more. Therefore, hydroxide ion is responsible for turning red litmus paper blue. Therefore, these are going to have more number of hydroxide ion as compared to that of hydrogen ion. Moving on with the next question, which is question number 4. The question says, under what soil condition do you think a farmer would treat the soil of his fields with quicklime, whose chemical name is calcium oxide, that is CaO, or with slaked lime, that is with calcium hydroxide? Molecular formula would be CaOH2. Students, it's high time that you people should be thorough with all the formulas. Or lastly, chalk, which is calcium carbonate, means CaCO3. सो क्वेश्चन कह रहा है दैट किस कंडीशन में फार्मर को अपनी सॉइल को ट्रीट करना पड़ेगा इन्हीं तीनों में से किसी भी चीज से. सो हम कहते हैं लाइक जैसा हमने थ्योरेटिकल पार्ट में ऑलरेडी पढ़ा है दैट अगर सॉइल न्यूट्रल रहती है, इफ सॉइल इज न्यूट्रल, दैट मीन्स having a pH value that is equal to 7, it will favor growth of the plant. But if it is less than 7 or it's more than 7, then it can create issue. So these are those conditions where we say that soil should be treated with these compounds. Moving on to the next page, that is page number 33 as well as 35. The first question says that what is the common name of the compound CaOL2? CaOL2 means calcium oxide chloride, calcium oxychloride, and it is commonly known as bleaching powder. आप लोग सारे आंसर्स वन बाय वन नोट डाउन करते जाइएगा. So this calcium oxychloride is commonly called as bleaching powder. Moving on to the next question, it says, name the substance which on treatment with chlorine yields bleaching powder. So we'll say that The substance which on treatment with chlorine yields bleaching powder is calcium hydroxide. Molecular formula would be CaOH2. Then we have the next question of this page, which says, name the sodium compound which is used for softening hard water. And our answer should be sodium carbonate is the compound that we will be using for softening hard water. Molecular formula is Na2CO3. Next question is, what will happen if a solution of sodium hydrogen carbonate is heated? So we'll say that when sodium hydrogen carbonate means NaHCO3 is heated, it decomposes or it breaks to form, यहाँ mention it as heat, it will decompose to form sodium carbonate, water and carbon dioxide gas, whose formula is CO2. So this was about question number 4, and now we have the last question of this chapter, that is the in-text question, and soon after this we'll be starting off with the exercise questions. So students, the fifth question here says that write an equation to show the reaction of plaster of Paris with water. So we'll say that the chemical formula of plaster of Paris is CaSO4 dot half H2O, which is why we call it as calcium sulfate hemihydrate. When it combines with half a molecule, 1.5 molecule of water, it will form gypsum, that is CaSO4 dot 2H2O, also known as calcium sulfate dihydrate. So students, with this we have covered all the in-text question, and now is the time to discuss exercise questions. So one by one आइए सारे questions discuss करते हैं. Question number 1 says, a solution turns red litmus blue. So its pH is going to be 1 or 4 or around 10. So we have to remember that red is turning blue in color, and blue indicates that the solution is basic in nature. Therefore, the pH value would be around 10, because 1 and 4 represents that the substance is acidic in nature. Moving on to the question number 2. Question says that a solution reacts with crushed egg shells to give a gas which turns lime water milky. The solution will contain either of the substance given in 4 options. The first one is NaCl, next one is HCl, third one is lithium chloride, and the last one is potassium chloride. Question again says, a solution reacts with crushed egg shells to give a gas which will be turning lime water milky. So we'll say that eggshells contain calcium carbonate, which on reaction with HCl will form, first of all, it is going to form 2 other compounds, that is calcium chloride and water, but at the same time this product will also release some amount of carbon dioxide gas. So mainly this carbon dioxide gas is responsible for turning lime water milky in color. Okay. Moving on to the next question. See, if you people have to balance out this equation, simply place a 2 in front of HCl. So that is how you people will get a balanced chemical equation. Because in chapter 1, we have already studied that how we have to balance different equations. Next question is question number 3. It says 10 ml of a solution of NaOH. NaOH quantity is like 10 ml is found to be completely neutralized by 8 ml of a given solution of HCl. So if we take 20 ml of same NaOH and around and this amount of HCl, the same solution as before, required to neutralize would be, so if we were taking 10 ml of NaOH and 8 ml of HCl, we were getting salt and water, because we already know from the neutralization reaction that whenever a base, that is NaOH, combines with an acid, that is HCl, the product is going to be salt and hydrogen gas. So here, how much amount of acid do we need if we have to neutralize 20 ml of NaOH? So we'll say, or we'll answer this question by saying that since 10 ml of NaOH required around 8 ml of HCl, comma 20 ml of NaOH will require, simply multiply it with 8 into 2 gives a value of 16 ml of HCl, because here we were using 10 ml. 20 is actually double of it. Therefore, we have multiplied 8 with 2 to find out how much amount of hydrochloric acid would be required. So here we'll write down our last statement by saying that hence the answer is option D, which is 16 ml. Moving on to the next question, that is question number 4. It says, which one of the following types of medicines is used for treating indigestion? Options are antibiotic, analgesic or antacid, या फिर antiseptic. So we'll write it down as by saying indigestion is due to, आप लोगों को भी पता होना चाहिए कि indigestion is all because of excess production of acid in stomach, and if we have to neutralize excess acid in the stomach, the medicine is going to be an antacid, because it is alkaline in nature. Moving on to question number 5. Question number 5 says that write word equation and then balance equation for the reaction taking place. Number 1, dilute sulfuric acid reacting with zinc granules. So we have sulfuric acid, that is H2SO4, reacting with zinc. Zinc is more reactive than hydrogen, therefore we'll get zinc sulfate and hydrogen. Then when it comes to balancing equation, we have two hydrogen atom. Like कैसे करना है एक बार मैं बताती हूँ, बाद में आप लोग भी ट्राई करिएगा. रिएक्टेंट साइड, प्रोडक्ट साइड, we have hydrogen, sulfur, oxygen and zinc. Same way we have zinc, sulfur, oxygen and hydrogen. So hydrogen का quantity कैसे पता करना है? Just check that is there any big number in the front of hydrogen or not. Since there are no big numbers in the front of hydrogen, so we will say that it's going to be 1. वहीं पर अगर हम बात करें एक दूसरे मॉलिक्यूल की, let's just say 2H2O. So इस केस में whenever we have to find out total number of hydrogen atom, we'll multiply the number which is there on the top to the number which is there in the bottom attached to hydrogen atom. Therefore we'll say that here we have 4 atoms of hydrogen. But यहीं पर अगर ऑक्सीजन की क्वांटिटी काउंट करनी है, so since there are no numbers, like the no big numbers present in front of oxygen atom, so we'll say no big numbers, therefore it is 1 multiplied by 2 gives a value of 2. So getting back to the question, we have 2 hydrogen atom on the reactant as well as product side, sulfur, no big numbers in front and then in the bottom, therefore 1, same on the product side. Oxygen is 4 on both the sides and zinc obviously 1 on both the sides. So quantity of each and every atom, since it is same, will say that this reaction is already balanced. Students, you have to learn balancing equation in the same way. And since chapter 1 is all about chemical reactions and equations, by this time आप लोगों को सब कुछ अच्छे से learn होना चाहिए. If at all आप लोगों को कहीं भी doubt है regarding how we should balance these reactions, आप लोग definitely comment section में mention करना, so that हम कुछ आने वाली videos में balancing equation वाला topic एक बार और cover कर लेंगे. Moving on to the next question, which is dilute hydrochloric acid reacts with magnesium ribbon. So we'll have HCl combining with magnesium to form MgCl2 and H2. So let's balance this equation. 1 hydrogen atom on the reactant but 2 on the product side. So let's just place a 2 in front of HCl. And then we'll get 2 chlorine and chlorine atom on both the sides of the reaction and just 1 magnesium atom. Therefore, this reaction is balanced. Ab, you people might be wondering that if I have to increase number of hydrogen atom, मैं यहाँ पर भी तो number attach कर सकती थी. Why I have placed 2 in front of that compound? Reason behind that is protocol says that whenever you people are balancing equation, let's just say we have H2O and in this case we have to get oxygen atom का quantity like 2. So इस case में शायद आपके मन में आ जाए that we can do so by placing a 2 with O. So इस case में we never have to follow this method. Reason behind that is as soon as we'll attach a big number, whenever we'll attach a number on the bottom of the element, this will change the whole composition. कैसे? Earlier it was water having molecular formula H2O, but soon we have added 2. It has turned water into hydrogen peroxide. So that is completely wrong. So whenever you are balancing equation, जितना भी number बढ़ाना पड़े, that is all okay. But try and attach that number in the front of that compound, never on the lower portion. Next question is dilute sulfuric acid, that is third question solution. Dilute sulfuric acid added with aluminium. So we have H2SO4. This will get added with aluminium to form aluminium sulfate. अब aluminium sulfate is one such compound जिसका molecular formula is थोड़ा tricky. So you people have to memorize it, that it is Al2SO4 whole 3 plus. The reaction will release some amount of hydrogen gas as well. So in this case, to balance this equation, let's start by counting total number of hydrogen atoms. On the product side, it is 6 because 3 multiplied by 2 is 6. But on the reactant side, it is 2. So simply place a 2 in front of H2SO4. Moving on, number of sulfur atom is 3 on both the sides. Oxygen is 12 on both the sides. Lastly, we have aluminium, which is 1 on the reactant side but 2 on the product side. So to balance it out, we'll place a 2 in front of Al and then we'll get a balanced chemical equation. Next question says that dilute hydrochloric acid is going to react with iron. So here we'll have 6 compounds of hydrochloric acid which will react with 3 atoms of iron to form iron chloride, and then some amount of hydrogen gas will also be there. So with this, students, we have covered question number 5 from the exercise part, and now it's the time to discuss question number 6. So question number 6 is that compounds such as alcohols and glucose, they contain hydrogen ion, but they are not categorized as an acid. So describe an activity in order to prove it. So for that, we'll say that insert 2 nails on wooden cork, then place them over a beaker. Then connect iron nail to a bulb. Six-volt battery and a wire that is connected to 6-volt battery and a wire connected to switch. Turn the switch on, you will see the bulb is not glowing despite of the fact that connection is there. Now empty the beaker and add hydrochloric acid solution, like empty the beaker and now add hydrochloric acid solution. This time the bulb will glow. So this proves that acids are the ones that can be used to conduct electricity. But alcohol and glucose can't be used to conduct electricity. Moving on to the next question, that is question number 7. It says, why does distilled water not conduct electricity whereas rainwater does? This is question number 7. We'll say distilled water does not contain ionic compound. Does not contain ionic compound. And ions, as we all know, that it's mandatory, like free ions has to be there whenever we have to conduct electricity. So we'll say in the next statement that rainwater one second, we'll say rainwater has dissolved acidic gas in it. Dissolved acidic gas in it, such as CO2. And then it forms carbonic acid. So this means that hydrogen ion and carbonate ions are there. Therefore, presence of acids will cause rainwater to conduct electricity. Then students, we have our next question, which is question number 8. And this is also going to be the last question of this video. We'll cover the remaining questions in your next video. So it's like, why do acids do not behave acidic in nature in the absence of water? This is because when there is no water, hydrogen ions are not released. Therefore, acid will not behave like the one if there is absence of water. For the answer part, you people can write it as the acidic behavior from acids is because of the presence of hydrogen ion. Hydrogen ion can only be produced in the presence of water, and therefore water is definitely needed if acid has to show its acidic behavior. So students, this was it for today's video. We'll cover the rest of the questions in your next video. And then in case you people have any doubts or queries, definitely mention those questions in the comment section so that we can help you people out in order to solve those questions. Thank you.